pick, forming a fuse between the cannon round and the ledge on the outside where more powder will be placed so that it can then be touched off by Mr. Clark with our lint stock. And what this lint stock is obviously a stick holding a piece of slow match. And what slow match is a rope that's been specially treated in a solution of saltpeter and vinegar that allows it to burn very slowly but very hotly and allows us to have a ready ignition source for our cannon. Now, you will notice that this loading process is not very quick. It was not designed to be fast. You weren't trying to fire these mortars constantly and repeatedly. Now, before I tell you why, I have to ask a quick question. Are there any folks here in the audience today who are veterans or current members of the service? A few, excellent. So you all know the answer to this. While in the service, do you volunteer for anything?
No.
Usually not. In the British Army, mortar duty was the one thing you wanted to volunteer for. Because what happened at the beginning of the day was your sergeant would come up to you, hand you 15 bombs or so, and say, fire these, eventually. The idea was to fire them in no particular order throughout the day so that you kept your enemy constantly awake and constantly paranoid about when the next one was coming over because they never knew when it could happen. Are we ready to go? Excellent. Gun crew, make ready. Fire. Aye. All right.
No big boom.
I apologize. I forgot to give you the disclaimer. Unfortunately, with these mortars, they tend to go off one of two ways. The first way, the good way, a much louder bang, a much more impressive smoke ring, and usually people are a lot happier.
Yay!
Or the unfortunate poof, which also happens from time to time.
Boo!
My apologies on the unfortunate poof of today's round. However, hopefully, we will have another demonstration at 3, so if you stick around and join us then, hopefully we can get it to go off with a much louder bang at that point.
So, on the poofs, how far did that shrapnel ball go, and did it wipe out the crew? Or did it make it over the hill at least?
Did it kill the car?
If there is a round packed in down there on top of it, it would fire much further and much better. The problem is we're using a blank charge and much smaller amounts of powder than they would have been using. They would have used a much louder powder charge, or a much larger powder charge.
They never would have had a
poof.
poof.